Okay, I believe we are just about to head into the post-show stream for this lovely game called Grey Tales that we are a part of. I did some singing today. It was weird. Let's talk about that and get on into the show with everybody else because I think we're about ready to raid over. So, hold on to your butts. It's post-show time.
Talk about some shit that happened
I'm back.
today.
Hey!
I think everything is up and running.
Hey!
Hey,
If I'm not
Double
mistaken.
victory.
Shout out to
thank you,
everyone.
Roll20, for just
Roll20.
being around.
Thank you, Roll20, for helping me roll so
That
well
happening?
tonight.
Yeah.
I'm butting in. Goodbye, Chad. I love you. I'll see you in the after show. And if I don't see you in the after show, I'll see you on Friday. If I don't see you on Friday, I'll see you Saturday. If I don't see you Saturday, I'll see you Sunday. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you in my dreams.
Whoa.
Sorry, that got way too sexy, way too fast. All right.
Very
I love-
sexy.
All
Right.
right.
Oh, it's happening!
Also, I don't know if everybody knows this, but I learned this recently, but everyone should reload the page once you get here so it counts as a view.
Yeah.
Help me get to affiliate.
You gotta get them there.
Help.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the post show.
Kyle has had multiple dreams about us.
Oh.
Kyle, tell me
Hell
everything.
yeah.
Randolph is creepy? Randolph is creepy? What are you talking about? I love you.
That's
Just
fair.
love
No,
me.
I get it.
Also,
Oh, and he's
Uh-oh.
gone. And he's gone.
That's right, you don't get my face anymore. That's what
he got butt hurt.
He
He
got
got
butthurt.
butt hurt about it.
Nah, I just want you guys to get my good side. I want you guys to get my good side. That's all.
You have a good side?
Okay. Oh, oof, oof.
Get
I saw
fucked.
some Hogwarts.
Fucked.
Love you,
I saw some
Layne.
Hogwarts house discourse happening in chat towards the end of the session there, and I want to confirm that yes, Layne is a Gryffindor.
Oh yeah.
Randolph, the DM, is a Slytherin.
I'm gonna be real. Okay, so every time I ever take any Harry Potter test, I kid you not, it's like, yeah, you're like 51 Gryffindor, 49 Slytherin, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I am never a zero. I'm 0% Hufflepuff every time. I've been a little Ravenclaw. I've never been Hufflepuff once in my life.
The only test that matters is the Pottermore test.
For those asking how close I am, I've been hovering around the like 2.7, 2.9 view, like average views, and that's the last criteria I need. So, but my
Get him there.
long like Monday, Sunday streams sometimes backpedal me.
Layne is different than Randolph. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
You're just not like as a dungeon master. You're just not as nice,
Yeah.
It's very
Um,
true.
and that's
That
okay.
tracks.
I'd be different too. Like I would say, Logan, the D&D player, big Slytherin. Logan, the person, big Hufflepuff.
Big Hufflepuff.
Big Hufflepuff.
Oh man. Yeah, so how is it going, everybody? Welcome to the post show where we talk about show related things. I'm gonna have to
Everyone
like
enjoy themselves.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD because I was just kind of like, oh boy, alright, we're singing. Okay. Alright, it's happening, everyone!
great.
It's happening!
Did great. You did so
Yeah.
good. I know I
Yeah.
totally put you on the spot,
started-
and you totally came through. It
You
was
started
awesome.
humming, and I was like, cut the music, cut the music, cut the music, and I cut the music.
I heard the
Yeah.
music cut out and I'm like, okay, just acapella this, just go.
Wonderful. I
It
love
was.
I get really nervous whenever I sing in front of people, so I'm glad people enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you weren't you.
It's
You were
great.
Puck, so it's fine. That's how it works.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wasn't in my head at all.
Fucking also be honest, that's fine.
Yeah, I got like 50% of the way through the song, so yay.
Yo,
I didn't
Logan, the
think that you
DM,
were actually
did
gonna like. I didn't think you were actually gonna get to the point of like singing. Like that's kind of why I gave you the out of
Oh,
being
yeah,
like
yeah.
you hum a little bit, so that you like fully commit to it, and then you did fully commit to it, and I just got like very excited about that. I loved it.
I was like, I know, I like at some point I want to sing this song at some point, but I wasn't sure when it would feel right. And then you were like, hum a bit, but like I thought that's what you said, but I wasn't 100% sure. And then I was like, all right, yeah, sure, because the song actually does start with humming into singing. That's how it goes.
What song is that? Am I gonna get DMCA? Do I have to delete that VOD, you little shitter?
Yeah, so that was the other thing. I was like, this is an actual song. I don't know, but it's a cappella, so I don't know if it's.
Yeah.
No, they can't.
Gotta-
they
They're
can't
not. No.
But part of me was
No.
like, if I was like, Layne, if this is like too much or gonna get you in trouble, just like just shut me down. But I was like,
gonna stop the moment.
yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be fine, and it's not going to be a problem.
I gotta say a couple things. Warren, beautiful singing. I'm happy you went for it. 2, Grandma seems to be okay. We're hoping her hip is not busted. We're hoping for a not broken hip. We'll see in the morning how everything healed up. Other than that, Robin wants that book. Robin, I'll get you book. I will get you book. I'm not in the same house, but I will get you book. I promise. Grandma's super nice tonight. She's very friendly. She's much happier than most of the time.
Maybe all that sadness was getting balled up in her hip.
Yeah, she
She needed to get out.
Yeah, me too. I hope she feels better. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna be back again. I know I just left, but I'm gonna leave for a different reason now. This is a reason you can judge me for. So I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, okay. All right.
Going to piss on someone's bed.
Yep. Live with your bad choices.
I mean,
Best
it might just
way
be
to live.
going to smoke a fat doobie, but
Definitely.
Yeah, probably. Definitely. That's what.
Anyone have?
That's my euphemism for getting high is pissing on someone's
it's
bed.
someone's bad. Oh, just a random aside. This is just for Liz. I downloaded and installed Horizon Zero Dawn last night, so that happened just because you were
Good
recommending.
game.
Yeah. What a
Video.
night. What a weird session today was.
Chat, if you
Yeah.
all got questions, ask them. A lot of Victor stuff happened, and I can talk about almost none of it.
I don't suppose your brother's the one that you're looking to have brought back by any chance there,
You don't fucking
Victor?
know.
Well, Alright, have a good one. Azza, thank you for stopping by and joining the stream. Appreciate it.
How the fuck did we both think to piss on the bed? I'm pretty sure I came up with that idea. And then Callan just yes, we talked about this, Alex. We did pee in front of each other. We
Yeah,
definitely
I-
both peed.
That was my thought. I was like, you guys are both like really gung ho about this. Did you guys like literally just like piss in front of each other on
Totally.
this bed?
I definitely didn't look. I like made it very clear that I pointed away and pissed in that direction, and she was over there.
You know, we're gonna
I
come
think you're
back
muted there,
weeks.
Back.
There you go.
We're gonna come
Talon
back.
looked. Talon probably looked.
There.
Talon looked.
Yeah.
Snuck a peek.
We're gonna come back weeks later.
Really, out of curiosity, she's never actually seen a man. So, first for everything.
And also, I'll be very frank with you. Victor, like, lived most of his teenage and adult years in Groma, a very sexually forward nation, where, like, it's not really also on a pirate ship. Like,
Sure.
it's not really a big deal to pee in front of other people. It's not. Like, it's being naked in front of other people is not something Victor is uncomfortable with. He has definitely been naked around many other naked people.
See, and the funny thing is that Talon doesn't know better than to feel like she doesn't know that could be something shameful anyway. So she's also very fine with nudity, just based on that.
Weird. So it wasn't weird.
No.
Is basically what
Yeah,
we're getting at.
yeah.
Is us dual peeing on that
Like it-
scoundrel
Like it
bed
could not
was
have been
not
weird.
Weird.
It just couldn't have been.
It couldn't have been.
We're both too okay
It
with it. Don't tell us Victor's packing. We don't need to know about his anchor.
But that is up to the fan artists to decide. I give them full reign.
Oh man. Does
Weird.
anybody have any questions? Specifically. We could start with
I just have a
Favorite
question for
moments?
chat right away. Is the music at a decent level or is it too loud? Logan is a lot quieter than everyone else if you are adjusting sound.
one sec, guys.
Oh, that's what. Okay, I can do that. I can adjust that.
Test, 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 test.
I can turn Logan up some. Music is fine. Music is chill. All right.
Test,
I'll
test,
just,
test.
I'll just
Test,
yeah.
test,
I
test.
turned you up some, so that should also help. Okay. Because I'm
Probably-
literally it's so low on my like volume right now that if I move it anymore, it's not playing.
I love it.
Yes, questions, please. Also, when you
I guess-
you and Talon were in the tavern and you were talking about Toby and his real name, and you're like, yeah, that sounds like a I forget his name thing to do. I like just about lost it. It was like, yeah, that sounds like a fucking like chase thing to
Quebec
do
or something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he I think I'm not quite sure how Victor actually feels about what Toby did. He's obviously like fuck him, but I don't know how severe the fuck him is.
That's fair.
Logan, Victor at the beginning of the campaign seemed to be in a bad situation on his ship with Sybil, but in this chapter seems to have a newfound confidence. What is fueling this confidence?
Multiple things. I think a return to the sea immediately made him feel more confident. Just about everything, because that is like domain. Yeah, I mean, Sybil let him go, but it was It was not mutual. They did not like each other. And you're right. He was in a bad situation. I think Victor's perspective on that situation has changed greatly since his time on land in Westgar, and also this fucking new power he has. This promise of the power to like truly change the life of people. It feels like the thing he's been looking for to turn the tide on Sim. He was looking for power to oust her because she sucks, and I think he's found it.
Good.
Should we do favorite moment? I realized there's only 3 of us.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah, I don't. Sure. You guys go first. I gotta figure out what mine even is.
Okay. I have a few. I think I can narrow it down to a few. Because damn, were there some good moments today. Just like I feel very. I think the most fulfilling thing tonight for me was Victor's apology. Just truly a good vulnerable moment for someone who's struggling with being vulnerable, which was nice. I mean, fucking pissing on the bed was very funny. I loved that. And like, okay, just like not quite a favorite moment, but like a sigh of fucking relief when I went back to that genie and went like, yo, we understood each other, right? I'm not gonna kill people for you. And he was like, nah, it's cool.
What?
And I was just saying how fucking relieved I was that Orokazo wasn't like, kill your friends for me.
Would have been bad.
I was like, okay, cool. No, he's totally in. He's fine. He just wants me to free the scars from other people, and I can do that without killing them. Bless. Perfect. We're in.
Harold, what was your favorite moment?
I mean, Thomas, I personally loved the pissing on the bed and Bear Hat. Great moments.
The second bear hat moment.
Yeah, when he, popped out of the book and it was like a Victor popping out of a hat. But I mean, like, I personal Harold moment I did enjoy was the Victor apology and Victor and Harold, that kind of thing. Even though Harold was just kind of there, thinking about it, that was like Harold walking away from that was him taking control of the situation in his mind, and then Victor's apology. I really enjoyed that moment.
I forgot one, which was how could I forget? Literally the best moment of the night, which was Warren's song.
Yes.
Which was just fucking. How did I forget? Maybe because we already gushed about it.
Yeah, we just talked about it. So
like, lots of great moments tonight. That was the greatest for sure. Is to finally hear Puck sing that song.
Yep. Lee, what was your favorite moment?
All the obvious stuff, of course. Bear Hat, singing on the bed.
Regular D&D stuff.
Just all my favorite things about playing this game. Yeah, I think it was just like a really good like character episode, so it's good.
Randolph.
I mean, I had a good time, man. I didn't have to do a whole lot today.
I guess
favorite
so.
moment?
Do I have a favorite moment? Yeah, you're right. That's fair. You guys were talking about favorite moments. I should have a favorite moment. Sorry. I'm a little stressed. And also, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so my favorite moment was I really enjoyed the Garin interactions with Party for me tonight were really good. Like I really enjoyed them. You know, like they felt very real, you know, and like actually taking a character who this boy zooted you, not wrong. And so I'm like really emotional right now too, which is like exactly what you want for an after show. I don't know, it's just like it's really nice to take a character through that, like, man, I've been like really shitty, you know, and like the acknowledgement of like I've been really shitty, and so to take it, especially just like the moment where he had with Harold, of course, when he came over and he was just like, I'm a human, like I'm going through a really rough time, so like shit, man, I get it, go on, stay in my room, take like literally I'll do anything for you right now because I was an asshole to you and you've done nothing but help me, was like really great.
Also,
that
like
was my favorite moment.
shout out to Garen finding fucking book where an orc is a hero in Westgar. Like too good to be true.
Yeah, he found it for sure.
Yeah.
Adios, Alex One Stand.
Have a good one, Alex.
Sleep well. I know I will.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like favorite moments, I was like, I had a good couple of giggles with you guys doing your weird Toby shenanigans. Mostly just like trash talking him from across the bar. I am glad I finally sang that song because I wanted it to come up at some point. I'm glad my voice didn't crack, so yay. I liked that there was a little bit of brevity towards the end when we were like doing some jokes and stuff on the boat, because it felt like we needed that to an extent. And I have no idea if I feel like Harold meant that as a joke, but I'm not sure if he did. I feel like he did though. I'm gonna roll if he did. I like, as Warm I'm like haha, but as Puck I'm like, that's fucking hilarious, Harold. That's awesome. And I'm glad that Puck could take that energy and do the hat gag afterwards, because it just felt nice to have some happy moments. One of the things that I did really like, that I didn't really it was a very, very brief moment, was when Talon was beginning to say you can't save everyone and Puck just cut her off and yelled. That felt really real. I was just kind of like, I gotta thank you, Lee, for using those exact words, because I was just kind of, it was like, I know, like that's what everyone's telling me.
I know that I was echoing, like as a player, I knew that I was echoing what you had said to Matthias as well. So.
Okay. But yeah, no, that felt really natural, and then the like, I didn't mean, like, Puck's like, I didn't mean, damn it, I don't want to snap at people, like, let's just go. Yeah, that was a cool moment for me.
I think that was like, it was super crucial though, at least on my end, because like, I think if Puck stayed calm, Victor wouldn't have felt the need to like stay with him, and probably would have beat the shit out of Harold. Like, I was like, I'm gonna get him, and I was like, Oh, but I can't. I gotta stand by Puck. I gotta stay here, just in case.
Yeah, I had when you okay. So here's something that it didn't really get said, but one of the things that Puck was going to do at the funeral before he noticed Matthias was he was going to like light an incense and say a prayer over Garrick, and I guess part of the internal monologue was just like, I'm gonna do my best to try and bring your brother home. And then like he's just there, and like Puck had no fucking like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know if it's the god or if it's him, like so there was a lot of like Puck didn't have the words, just didn't have the words. So yeah, I don't know, it was like Puck was chasing after him, but like he wanted like to call out, but then, you know, Victor did it for him, and it was just like he's even running after him, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just running. I just need to be there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun character for me for a long time.
Oh boy.
Fucking green Power Ranger ass motherfucker running around causing mayhem.
Before this question disappears here, Logan, what was it like for Victor on the ship, and why did people feel like he had claim to the ship, as Sybil alluded to?
There's a lot of stuff we're probably going to get into pretty soon. Now that we've met up with Sea Snake, so I won't spoil too much of it, because that's the juicy bits. I will say, life on the ship wasn't bad for Victor under Sybil. It was not in the way like he wasn't like a prisoner or anything. He was a member of the crew, and he thought that he needed to be on the ship and protect it. And as one of the remaining longtime crew members, he probably had a strong claim to the ship in his own mind, and I think was not quiet about that without causing a mutiny, which I don't think he was ever interested in doing, because despite running with and basically being a pirate, Victor has very little pirate-like tendencies. He does not do things that pirates do, and so I think he probably could have mutinied, but never did, out of honor for rank more than anything. And so, and I think even though it has become a back burner, more important things have happened in front of Victor, and problems that need to be solved. I think he still thinks he has a claim to that ship. And yeah, I think now that he is no longer a member of the crew, that claim maybe to most people may be weaker, but I think for Victor it is now stronger.
It's like Jack Sparrow. It's like Jack Sparrow.
It's my boat. Well, no, it's not my boat, but it is a boat I must get. For reasons that will become clear in the next episode of Grey Tales, probably.
And maybe a peek. Who knows? Maybe a peek.
Maybe a peek. I don't know what Jatham knows. I don't know what he if he has good information.
Yeah. I do need to talk to you about that character, because I feel like you should go in knowing a little bit more without everybody else knowing.
We should know.
I know I kind of wrote him in a little bit.
It's fine.
I hope that's okay.
I fully believe someone named Jatham Sea Snake was on the boat, was probably on the Sweet Surrender, and maybe even the ship before that. That I won't spoil the name.
Great. I really like him. I can tell I'm gonna like him. Sorry.
I had a question for you.
We're gonna kick
Layne.
him off the boat.
Just like I guess a logistics question. What did I learn from my book that I've been reading for the past 4 days?
Give me a day.
Yeah, I was like,
dude, it's a fucking book. You know how many books? How hard it is to write like a whole fucking book?
I know. You gave me those 3 books. Like, you gave me 2 books, and then you forgot there was a third one, or you like I had to remind you to tell me what the third one was.
I just need to stop saying that there's books. Like every time you ask if there's books, I'm gonna be like, no.
No, there's no books. There's no books.
Yeah, you go to the library to look for this thing. Okay, we find it. I will also look for this. Oh, it doesn't fucking exist. What about this? Fuck you. Literally, fuck you. Sorry.
Hey, man.
This is...
Liam O'Brien wrote a book for Critical Role. I'm pretty sure you can do it.
That was a short story at best. Shut the fuck up.
It's still a book. It's a children's book.
Whatever.
Look,
Also,
I could write a book.
Also, to be fair, we got 4 people reading books in this party.
true.
4 out of 4 book readers.
Mhm.
At
That
least
never
one of you
fucking
has the
happens.
book IRL, so I don't have to actually read it.
It's true.
But he is placing an immense amount of trust in me because I can pretty much pull whatever I want out of here and make it
Don't
real.
Don't pick a stupid one, or we're gonna have beef.
I'm not gonna abuse the power you've given me, but
I want to get
I
more
may-
books.
use
Oh
some.
fuck, dude. I gave Harold 14 blacksmithing tomes, and
Oof.
I'm so glad I did because that's been a really fun little
Yeah.
thing to play with.
Truly, every time Harold brings up blacksmithing, I lose it. It's become my trigger. I can't help it. I just lose my mind. His interaction. Okay, wait, we've forgotten. We have to talk about Sir Peter.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my
What
god.
a fucking dick.
Can I tell you the truth? Sir Peter literally thought that he was like
Slow.
Whoa.
disabled.
Yeah,
It was
no,
on.
yeah,
I know.
100%.
And so,
Yeah,
and
I
so he
know.
started talking slow because he was like, dude, maybe this guy doesn't know what I'm talking about. And that's why he's mumbling under his breath. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to talk really slow and help you through this, my guy.
Thomas immediately picked up on that, and Harold did not because his insight is low.
And that's so good, though. That's such a good thing about Harold is that people can do that. And he was like, that guy seemed a little off. Does anyone else? He seemed like a little off. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, he was a bit of a dick.
Like I said today in this episode, listen, we're close enough for me to go, you're weird. I like it.
There's been a lot of weirdos. There's been a lot of
but
weirdos.
You're a weirdo. We just have to always be cognizant that we love you. You're a weirdo. The same way, like someone is grieving or has experienced great loss. Don't let Victor talk to them, because
Don't do that.
he's gonna make it worse.
Oof. Thomas, did Harold want to spend the night at Garen and Dorothy's house because of what happened with Victor, or is there another reason? Could he be trying to distance himself from the party?
And it was so that whole interaction to Harold was, here is this now turned extremely evil, in Harold's eyes, extremely evil, no coming back from beyond person who we don't know, who has essentially said, I get to decide who's right and who's wrong, and I get to make that decision. I get to play God. And so to Harold, he was being defensive, and everyone else was like, nah, this guy's totally fine, because no one else had that interaction with him. No one else in the party knew what Harold did, because Victor was passed out. Talon wasn't there yet, I don't think. Puck, you were dealing with Victor. Harold was like the only one who actually had an interaction with him. So to Harold, it was just like, this guy is straight up evil. I am going to protect myself if I need to. And then Victor was just, to Harold, he was just like, yelling at him to stand.
I bullied Harold today. Let's call it what it is. I bullied him.
And then as soon as he essentially, in my mind, what it was, when Victor grabbed his sword and shoved him to Harold, that was like, all right, that's it. Fine. Y'all fuckers want to think with your hearts and die? I'm not going to be a part of it. Y'all want to get murked by some god? I'm out. And so Harold just needed some space to himself, and to just calm down by himself, and maybe the rest of the party would too. And Dorothy's was like the first place that took him in, and he felt safe there. So that's why he went back to Dorothy's. And I honestly was wondering, what would Harold do in this moment? He's at Dorothy's. Would he go back to the house knowing that the rest of the party is there, or would he stay here? And I couldn't decide, so I literally just rolled the dice for it. And basically on a 1 to 10, he would stay at Dorothy's. On 11 or higher, he would go back to the house, and I rolled a 7 or something like that. So I was like, okay, I guess he's reading this book. He's just gonna fall asleep reading this book and stay at the house overnight. And then later on, I was like, he probably had intentions to go back to the house. He had intentions to go back, just leave it for a few hours, let everyone cool down, himself included, and then he would go back. But he was reading and then he fell asleep.
Follow-up question. First time. Thomas Harold was bullied at school, and the party has really built confidence and a safe space. It seems like it was starting to get comfortable. Does Victor fighting Harold bring up more than you want to get murked by some god and die? And is he retreating back to the last safe space he had?
It's a deep question.
Definitely. I mean, Victor with Harold has been riding a fine line of bullying him since day one. Let's be honest. Ever since Victor made fun of Harold's attempt at the fate thing, and Victor just completely bashing his education and his schooling, Harold's been like, okay, I don't know if I can completely trust and like you. And then the day that never ended just kept getting longer and longer. And so other things kept popping up, and so it kept kind of getting pushed to the back burner. And then, kind of when Harold would start to be forgetting about that, Victor would do something else. And so Harold right now is kind of being pushed in this. Victor does something, stuff keeps happening, I still don't know how to feel. I mean, I guess I can kind of move on, and then something else happens. And I'm kind of bringing into the Thomas thing of Harold is stupidly forgiving. He will not forget about what you did, but he's pretty quick to go, all right, whatever, and kind of just sweep it under the rug and move on. Just because that's his defense mechanism, is just trying to move on with his life. And so, yeah, it's kind of just he keeps kind of getting reset to a safe space, which is in his books. And he's, he doesn't mean to be distancing himself from the party in that regard. It's just where he finds comfort, and it's just where he naturally goes to, is to do his own thing.
Yeah, and then I like that. That's great. On the flip side of that, Harold also rides a line with Victor that is, this is an incompetent person. This like is like heroic and brave and like it seems like we're all on the same page, and then he does something so just unabashedly unintelligent that Victor just starts to question everything and if he is a help or a liability. And yeah, again, like it's like, okay, Harold's doing great stuff, then he misspells the word fate, and you go, wait, I thought you were smart, what? And then we go, and then we go, and then we go, and then yeah, he like doesn't follow the party's instinct, and then it's like, wait, what? Why? And so yeah, I think we are playing off our two characters are definitely playing this balancing game of like, we like each other, but are incompatible.
Yep.
Just incompatible people. And I like right now don't know how to solve that. Other than like Harold stops doing dumb shit. Or like I see if Victor can figure out why Harold does what he does, then we can get there. But right now it looks aimless. It looks it looks like he does things for no reason. It looks like he just started reading about blacksmithing cuz and instead of like asking a blacksmith about the correct way to learn how to blacksmith, he just found 14 books and was like, this will do it.
This will do it.
To be fair, we are on the road, so
And
it
their
all
first
makes sense
edition.
on some level.
Their first editions. Also, like, I still don't. I think Victor understands why Talon wants to adventure, and has a very strong reason to find her mom. I think Victor understands why Puck has left his home for one reason or the other and wants to see the world and wants to grow stronger. Great. Harold, I don't know. Kind of feels like he's out here because he got his diploma.
Oh, we know why Harold is here.
that kind of heartless fighting, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Like that kind of endangering yourself with no emotion behind it is the kind of shit he saw in the war. And the kind of shit that he does not like. He doesn't like, I threw myself in this battle and died because someone told me that was what I was supposed to do. And I think that block has yet to be broken with Victor and Harold.
Essentially what Victor and Harold need to do is they need to talk, and they need to just talk.
We're both too
it's never
stupid
gonna
to talk to
happen.
each other.
It's never gonna happen. They just need to talk and figure it all out, but it's not gonna happen.
I know. It was like I had that really beautiful, vulnerable apology, and then you showed up the morning, and I was like, "Hey ho, nothing happened."
Yeah. Literally, both of you were like, "Yeah, what's going on? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Puck knows,
Yeah, it
and
was
Puck knows,
like-
and he's just sitting
it
there
was-
just
it
watching
was
this, like,
like-
"Oh, this is weird."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're really
Harold-
weak attempt.
Harold apologized. And I went, "Don't apologize. I didn't apologize in front of you guys at all."
Yep.
Hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, off to the boat.
Your Victor's really weak attempt at being like, "What? No, I was sleeping. I wasn't out." And I'm like,
Oh, like a light. Yes.
Really?
I definitely loved that. Talon was like, "What? No, wait, that's not true, right?" And we just talked over her and left.
Puck just like shot
Very
like and was
good.
like, I guess we're not talking about this right now. Okay.
No, I literally like earlier that evening almost mutinied him,
Yep.
like almost cut ties and left. And then he showed up in the morning, and I was like, "Everything's fine."
Let's go to work, boys. And Talon,
Let's just say,
Talon the boys.
we
in
haven't.
that situation.
Talon is a member of
Yes.
the boys, although
100%.
she is female. She is a member of the
Boys.
boys. Um,
I'm
this
arguably
conflict isn't
physically
over.
stronger than perhaps one, maybe two
She's,
of the
she's
boys.
arguably the most boy. She's the most
I
Chad.
was about to say, there's no argument there. You've defeated all of us in wrestling. You are the strongest.
Talon's definitely the alpha. Like is like super
Yeah.
sweet and nice about it, but like everybody knows if shit got real, Talon's gonna put you down. And everyone's like, oh, that's fine.
She has no clue how she's being perceived whatsoever, because she just, honest to God, right now feels like just like this lost, like she's doing her best, but she's really flying by the seat of her pants, and she's like, yeah, okay.
Am I emasculating these three men? I don't know.
What does that mean?
By the way,
Not even
Logan,
crossing
I don't
minds.
necessarily disagree with your sentiment, but I would just like to point out that she's only wrestled you. You're the only one who's been beaten
true.
repeatedly by Talon.
That's true. I guess, you know what, to be fair, Puck also beat me in wrestling. So
Maybe you're just bad at wrestling,
Really?
Victor.
Maybe maybe I only wrestled boars and drunk pirates for
That was it.
a decade.
It's true.
So
They're all drunk, man. You
we
gotta
gotta see
realize,
the Puck versus
y'all-
Talon.
Y'all realize that y'all are alcoholics,
I just
What?
started drinking
No.
like a week ago.
I'm not.
and you're already an alcoholic.
I don't think that's
Literally
how that
every,
works.
like every other night, you guys are like, let's just drink like a fuck ton. Let's just drink.
Untrue. Victor is a social drinker. He's only
Oh.
drank in social situations.
It just so happens that in this,
There
this
were a
kind of
lot.
world, there's a lot of social situations. I really appreciate the fact that you didn't drink Garen's beer and used it to put out the fire, because that must have smelled like shit.
Oh yeah, I left a terrible odor in his home.
I wasn't even gonna say it because there was a great moment, and I was like, I'm not gonna ruin it by telling y'all that it smells like shit.
Lee. Talon had a big section of her past revealed. Her dad is married. There is a Toby spy, and she has only told Victor. Why Victor? Is Talon retreating back into nature and her book to find grounding in this time of her life where she is discovering herself and her family, or is it something more? It's because they're
Tackle
piss
the-
buddies.
Obviously.
Once you pissed on a man's bed, friends for life.
I think the reason it was Victor first, well, the reason that Talon had chosen to split off and go to the docks with Victor in the first place was very much like she's still like kind of coping with this stuff from Toby and then the Griffin thing, and then it was like diplomacy, and Talon was like, not right now, no thank you. So as soon as an alternative became available, it was like, oh, not going to try and convince them to start a trade route, anything but that? Okay, cool, I'm gonna go do that. Worked out really well that it was Victor that was going down to the docks, simply because Victor was the first person to vocally use Talon, I suppose. She's never had a friend before, and Victor very from the get was like, sure, like let's look into some stuff. Let's like do this. Let's look for your mom. And just was very gung-ho from the start of it. And she, because he was the first one to do that, I guess she gravitates to him a little more because in a way he's the person she's known the longest other than her mother.
It's so weird.
Your dad. You knew your dad for a while too.
Well, yeah, but that's not like as
How
far
old
as
are
like
you?
dealing with like what's apparently but as far as like things that are happening right now, Talon doesn't really like she would normally talk to her mom about anything that she was ever feeling that could have come up, but that's obviously not an option. So it was like, okay, well, who else have I known for a while? It's like, well, Victor I've known approximately 6 hours longer than everyone else, so I guess that's it. Also, like, there's just a like role-playing Logan and I feel like play off of each other in a very fun way anyway. So that's another reason, just as like a player.
Our poke the bear shtick is very good. We've gotten very good at it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad
as
you've got these two chuckleheads poking me now too.
Yo,
That's
the
good.
bear hat was so good.
Oh God,
So good.
you fuckers! I can't
as
believe
far
you.
as retreating back into nature for Talon, that's like just that overwhelming feeling of like leaving home and never having left home. It's kind of like she was like reconnect to those places before she left, I think. Is a big part of it.
Yo.
Talon, you poor thing, you don't have a thought behind those eyes. Accurate.
The bear hat, I loved the mental image of Puck just staring at that book for like a solid like 10 seconds and being like, yes.
Yeah,
But I wasn't sure
friggin-
how you were going to come out of the book, and I was like, this might destroy the hat, but I'll just mend it if that happens. It's just like, it's worth the risk.
it was truly as much as Victor was mad he got clowned on. He was he was putting on a bit for sure, because he was very happy that everyone felt light enough to make a joke. That was just like nothing. There's nothing more rewarding to Victor as let's be real, as a captain, to be on a boat with all of his crew and laughing and having a good time, and just like that sense of camaraderie, like he hasn't felt in years. So it was truly like a blessing. And then he got to play the joke up and take the hat. And you fucking better believe we're going to use that at some point. That hat is going to get you.
Dude, I fucking love. Okay, so I didn't process in my brain what possibly could be what you were gonna choose for your little lamp, right?
Mm.
You know, whatever that is.
I
When
was
you were like, it's
struggling.
the-
I didn't come up with it until in the middle of the session.
Yeah, and when you did it, I was like, that's so fucking cool, dude. That's so fucking cool.
Because I was like, I need something that like feels close to Victor, but also feels close to Aroka's, but also feels not stupid to hold like a lamp. And it needed to be something that I could like get. I guess I was like, is it anything on me or is it something I have to find? And I went through everything I have, and oh boy, a different approach, which was one I was toying with in my head, was, do I make it the pendant of Athena? Which was dangerous. But that was the best thing I could come up with for a while. And then I went, wait, the book. Okay, wait, the book, that's the right one. Gotta use the book.
Yeah. I was really happy to work with it too, because I was like, yo, a dude getting sucked into a book can create such a cool visual. We're going for this.
I didn't
you know?
expect the fountain in Kel Hara, certainly. That was not what I expected, but when you gave it to me, I was like, okay. That's why I was like, can I like go in a door so I can like sit down or something? But it's just a fountain, I guess. So I'll just build my house.
Look. I don't want to give too much away, but let's just be reasonable and say you don't have a very strong genie at your back right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's okay. I'll build the house. The hilarious thing will be if anyone ever destroys my book, all that furniture and books will just go. Blah, 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 blah.
Like a whole library falls out and just like.
Because if
all
it's
over
destroyed, everything comes out of it.
It's gonna be funny.
So hopefully no one destroys my book.
I'm
Inevitably.
so interested to see if like Orokazo starts just reading the blacksmithing books.
It gets
And
real good.
yeah, you're gonna like pop in one day and he's gonna be just like hammering away at something over the fountain.
You need any horseshoes? Yeah, and it is sad that I am a multi-class and therefore will likely never reach Warlock level 10, in which all of you could come into my book.
Oh man,
It's just probably not going to happen.
Sad face.
It would
That
be
is really
nice.
But wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
We could all go rest in my book. It would be very cool.
dude, what happens to the book? Is it like
but-
how much damage can it take? How strong is your book?
It has an AC of 18, and I believe it's.
The book is so
let me
strong.
look.
It's the world's deadliest book. Yo, what if you filled
It's
it?
not deadly.
What if you filled it with lava, and then you threw it into a building and shot it with a bunch of arrows?
I mean, I was just thinking, like, he just has, like, a barrel full of knives, and then he, like, rips out the page that is, like, the book, and it's just, like, of knives.
Never mind. I was incorrect. The vessel's AC is my spell save DC, which is 13.
Oh yeah.
And its hit points are equal to my warlock level plus proficiency bonus, so it has 4 hit points.
Check
that's
that.
a weak book.
If it is destroyed, I can perform a ceremony to get it back.
Yo, do you
The
know
problem
how pissed he
being
would be? You know how pissed he would be?
All my stuff falls out of it, which would suck big time.
Right now, it's not too bad because it's only 17 books.
Mhm. Oh, okay, this is a good note that I didn't read before that I'll have to remember. Once I enter the vessel, I can't do it again until I long rest.
Okay, good to know.
Oh.
I can
Okay.
only go in and out of it once per day.
So don't put things you need quick in there. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's deep storage. That's deep
that's
storage.
that's for books. It's for books you've already read. They go in. It's a library.
Oh my
Library
god.
by
Oh
a
my-
fountain.
Dude, it's gonna be so cool because when you actually have a library and like someone's like, "Oh my god, I wish I had a book on blank," and you're like, "Don't just say nothing."
Yeah, and you know, like, listen, the
Say less.
the Ordesis library situation where we had to choose which books we wanted to take doesn't exist anymore.
All the books.
We just go, we raid the entire shelf, and I disappear into my book and leave them all there, say hi to Orokazoa, and then bounce out.
Orokazo is going to
poor-
become the most knowledgeable genie of all history.
Also, hilarious plot hook of the other Orokazoas will come and fight you like Highlander. So I'm very excited to see the situations in which another guy with genie powers goes, there can only be one, and then we fight.
I just wanted to throw it out there. I wanted
It's
to hint
awesome.
at it.
I'm very excited about it. I'm also excited about the fact I don't have to kill them. I have to be, because when we were in the heat of the moment, I said yes and went, fuck, afterwards, and was like, I didn't get any details. I just made a deal with the devil, and it was the worst deal ever. But thankfully he was cool.
He's a pretty cool patron, to have.
He's cool. So far, our conversations have been really, really helping my mental. I'm feeling very good about my decision to join forces with a fucking primordial being.
Yeah,
That's
man.
fair.
Yeah, man. Of all the patrons you could have had, you could have had Goo, you could have had what are some other good warlock patrons? Because they're all
I
terrifying.
mean, there's the devil.
That's just not good.
There's
That's just bad.
there's tricky elves.
Oh, Faye.
there's-
Fuck,
Yeah, there's
dude.
Faye.
Fuck Faye. That's so bad.
There's eldritch horror.
No, that seems okay.
Cthulhu!
Of all of
Listen.
them, that seems the coolest.
Okay, listen. We've all seen the Cthulhu Sailor Warlock. We don't need to do that again.
Would
We've all seen it.
okay, question. If a Groman Warlock took the Eldritch Horror, would it just be one of the Titans?
I don't know what lies in the depths of the ocean. Neither do you.
I see Layne's pondering face.
Listen,
I just think
we're
a
gonna
lot of
fucking
these-
fight Cthulhu now. Thanks, Thomas.
No problem.
Yeah. As far as warlock patrons go, like I've got it pretty good, and I don't think I would have become a warlock unless I felt the deal was gonna be that good.
That's fair.
Point of okay. You know what? We'll just deal with it later. Actually, it makes more sense to do it next session. I don't think. Yeah, I like. What I'm very curious about is how Athena feels about my new powers, and if I'm going to hear from her about that. Because I'm not really a devout follower, so will she even notice? And will she get jealous?
Dude, anytime you can have a god be jealous, that's pretty sick.
She won't. She doesn't give a shit about me. So I'm pretty safe there.
You know who gives a shit about Puck?
Not his
Everybody.
god.
Everyone, literally everyone
Everybody.
Puck has ever met gives a big old shit about Puck.
It's a
So
lot-
easy
it's a
to
lot of-
love,
It's a lot
you
of
know?
pressure.
Also, like you have to you're a child, basically, still, right?
I
16.
Legally a child, yeah.
Legally
Yeah,
a
but,
child.
like,
a lot. But
I
Puck's
don't
been
know.
through a lot, man.
In this world, I feel like he's definitely a young man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Like,
like, I'm
all-
still
all I'm
like
saying
in
is
my
if
head,
you've
I'm
killed-
seeing like Lil Puck.
If you've killed
Still.
people, if you've killed, look, my brother is 16. You look at him, that's not little anything.
No,
Do the unit.
but Puck is
Yeah.
it canon 5'2". I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's
so
little. He'll get taller.
Like I've definitely fought in the war beside 14-year-olds. Like
yeah, that happened.
like that's real. Maybe only on the arguably evil side of the war. But but yeah. We got a Miss Liz question for Warren. On average, the first death experience for a kid is between 7 and 8 years old. Puck lost his parents at 11, and I assume, as the town healer, experienced his share of funerals over the past 5 years. Seems like the earlier funeral had a deep impact, even though Puck never met Garrick. And what kind of emotional trauma could Puck be projecting onto this deceased teenage boy?
Oh god. Okay, hold on. Let me read that question again.
really good
Yeah,
question.
that's a hefty
I
one.
think Garrick wasn't a boy, right? Garrick
Garrett was
like,
a young man.
Yeah.
A little bit
Yeah.
older than Matthias.
and Matthias was younger.
Matthias, I think, is 16, and I think Garrick, I said, was 20. No, 18? 18?
It was
Yeah,
something.
something like
18,
that. They were
18, I
close. They
think.
were like brothers. You said.
Yeah. That's definitely the void they filled after both of their parents died in the war, or all 4 of their parents passed away during the war. It's a rough time for some people.
I think that what can I say here? I think for Puck, like the circumstances surrounding Puck's parents has definitely shaped a lot of Puck's character and some of what he takes with him moving forward. I think with the passing of Garrick, when it happened in like session 2, I think. At first Puck looked at this as like a, oh no, like that's so rough. Like my heart goes out to this guy. Like I can sympathize with that feeling. And then the more it kind of kept getting brought up, he started to see similarities, just like similarities in age, similarities in what he was like thinking or going through. And so to an extent, there is some of Matthias that Puck sees as like a mirror of his own situation, but they're on different tracks right now. Because whereas Puck's track started with Apollo, Matthias's track started with Vidir, and you know, Puck has mixed feelings about gods, but you know, at least his god isn't necessarily a god of like vengeance and brimstone. Like his god didn't send a flaming griffin to go test him like a day after you know, they made a pact. So it's difficult. I think there is some projection there, because he looks at the sacrifice that his brother made, and what that kind of sacrifice can put on a person to be the one that's alive, the one that didn't die, and how you can wrestle with that, and what do you come out from that, you know, mentality with? Is it that, you know, why did they like sacrifice themselves like that, like so stupidly, like I should have died because I'm the idiot? Or is it like, do I need to follow that example and be a, you know, a savior for somebody else? Or is it that I need to be even better than that, like I need to save people but not end up dead? Like, you know, what is it that you walk away with? And so right now Puck really wants to try and help Matthias, but he doesn't know how, because I don't think Puck even necessarily knows how to help himself.
Oh man, whoa, careful there, buddy. You're getting awful close.
So, yeah, I don't know how much else I can say, but it's there's a mirror there, and it's difficult to look at sometimes.
Another theme of our campaign is, how do we help others when we can't help ourselves?
Yeah, man, isn't that, dude?
Boy, have we been hitting that one home.
I
Real
don't
shit.
even mean to do it, but it happens, and it happens organically, and it's very interesting and not at all super sad.
Well, one, it is super sad. Two, it is very interesting that that's a pretty common theme at Grey Tales in general, but between the two campaigns, it's definitely more so here. But yeah, I think we had like one answer to that question in campaign 1, which was, we believe in ourselves and nothing else.
Yeah.
Very true.
World is a fuck, only trust yourself. But I think here we have much more complex answers to that question of like, how do you help yourself in order to help others? Because I think campaign 1's answer was, you don't, you only help you, fuck everyone else.
Everyone else hates you and they're gonna kill you.
Everyone else will betray you and is awful, including the gods. Fuck them all.
Yeah, I feel like I might be crafting a slightly more nuanced tale this time around.
Just a little bit. Listen, that wasn't necessarily your fault.
It wasn't-
We all kind of
It
did.
wasn't
Yeah.
We kind of
all
did
my
that to
fault.
ourselves.
I take partial ownership for it. The rest, you guys were kind of murder hobo-y. Not like bad, but like murder hobo-y.
We were a little trigger happy. Well,
Listen, I literally made a character that was a murder hobo
You
for 40
made a
years.
murder hobo who is also
Listen,
a cleric.
think about Gibson's backstory. His backstory was he was homeless and he killed people. And then he got God power.
And he continued
And
to
then he
do his
used it
thing.
to kill people.
The only thing he'd ever known.
Killing
Yep.
in the name of
It truly
death.
was. And then he went, and in a very symbolic last moment that we never saw, he went out to the desert and let someone kill him. That was the only thing he knew.
I have a question
right,
for
y'all.
Layne.
Hit me with a question.
From Miss Liz. If I remember correctly, they found Matthias under Garrick's dead body after being attacked by the Griffins. It took the party an hour or two to get them after Garen got to town. How long was Matthias under Garrick's dead body?
I feel like we asked this after
Yeah.
that session.
It was like an hour, wasn't it?
It was long enough for the top body to get so cold that parts of the extremities were like freezing. Like before rigor
Yeah.
mortis had set in, stuff was freezing.
And he
It was
even
a
then
lot
he was
longer.
like rigor mortis to hell.
Yeah, it had been like a while.
Mhm.
Like probably, because how long did it take you guys to get out there? At least 45 minutes. It would have been like an hour at least,
Mhm.
bare minimum.
Yeah.
Which is like holy shit.
It was fucked up, is what
Dude,
it
that's
was.
so fucked up. Why did I write that, man? Dude, why did I do
Front
that?
Fucking
loaded us with
Griff.
a lot of
Why did
crazy
the
stuff.
Listen, there's a lot. Why did the Griffins do that? Griffins are like moderately intelligent creatures. What do they fucking want?
I can't answer. I'm not at liberty to answer that question.
Take the damn body you killed and leave, you fucks,
Not-
if you want food.
I'm not at liberty to answer that question.
I
It
know.
was
Your
our deeds.
secrets.
It was our
They
deeds.
were also trial griffins. Vadir only sends griffins and they just get bigger and bigger. That's it.
The deer sent them knowing that the kid would go and beg to make a pact with him.
Ooh, wow, that
Yeah.
would be rough to find that out later.
And then in 4 levels, we're gonna fight a fucking massive griffin, just enormous, the size of Smolemshire, big griffin.
It's gonna be
Um,
real big.
I guess one thing I wanted to touch on with some of these conversations that we have, some of these tough conversations that we have, I feel like there's sometimes, like, I don't know if it's for anybody else's character, but there are some times where Puck is like, he doesn't want to have this conversation, but it just kind of ends up being hoisted onto him. Like, talking to Matthias, he'd kind of, like, left that behind once he'd, like, you know, had this whole separate trek. And then when Toby was like, yeah, can you, like, talk to Matthias? Like, he tried to, like, jump off the bell tower and all this other stuff, and it was like, I mean, no, that really sounds like a really difficult conversation to have, but
I said that too. Why did I say that? That one was spur of the moment too. Like, I had written some of that, but like that part, I was like, oh no, I'm just making this up. Oh no, oh this is so much worse. Oh, I'm gonna puke.
well, yeah, and so the thing with the mentality there for Puck was like, well, I mean, like, I don't know that Talon is equipped to have that conversation. Harold definitely isn't. Victor might try, but I don't know.
Harold has a past.
Yeah, but I don't know if you could say the right kind of things and hit the right buttons to help.
Oh
Matthias.
God, no.
This was-
And I was like, I know Victor will try, but will it cause more? Like, could it be
Harm to
worse?
Good.
Yes.
In the
the
like
answer is yes.
in the short term. So I was like, well, fuck, I have to, and it was like, ugh, but So
No, I think that is definitely we have set ourselves up as like, especially in that town, like arbiters of the town. Like we are the saviors, right? So we keep having to fucking talk to these sad people, which hopefully, yes, it's a little unfair, how much shit we just like have to do because no one else can, is fucked. It's super fucked, but also like that's just, I guess, the life we're living. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think at one point I do think one day we're gonna get asked to do something and go, no.
Gonna have
I
to
do
happen.
think one day someone's gonna be like, yeah, I don't know, I'm having marriage problems. Could you talk to my wife? And we'll just be like, no.
I
No, we
hope you say
can't.
no to that.
Talk to your wife, man.
Talon's definitely like, since we basically since we left like Talon's house, Talon has been getting like very antsy at this point and had that like kind of realization like, oh holy shit, like I just like forgot about my mom for like a week. So now anytime anybody was trying to like do anything, it was like, oh, we gotta stay for the funeral, and it was like, ah, yeah, there's that now, great, yeah. Like, and as much as he like is sympathetic to like everything that's happening, and is like, yes, of course, I'll be there, I'll help, I'll do the thing. She's also just like, can we
go now, though?
go? Like,
I'm curious. I don't know if this is too metagamey, but I'm curious if Puck talking to Talon about like feeling homesick and worried is helping at all, or if it's just like making idle chit chat on the boat.
it's definitely helping. Talon's pretty susceptible. People that she regards with like trust, and like she's never had anyone like betray her either.
Oh, don't
So-
worry, that'll come.
I don't doubt it.
Just wait.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, Toby already. There was one.
But yeah, I guess that would be the first time.
That's betrayal of trust for sure.
That would have been the first time that
And your
happened.
dad at one time. Toby, who you liked as a friend, and your dad both betrayed you at the same time.
That's fair.
In the same
That's fair.
sentence. That's impressive.
Yeah, a lot
I'm
to
really
grapple
proud of
with.
myself for that, actually. Wow. You know what? Big win
Way
for
to
me.
make it hurt, Layne. But no, the conversation with Pucks definitely helped. Think she definitely sees Puck as the more sympathetic person for the whole party. Most like vulnerable, I suppose. She's like seen Puck like get angry and like be sad and like experience like all these emotions, which she can't necessarily say the same thing for Harold and Victor, right? So comfort coming from Puck definitely works in this instance.
It's interesting that you say that, because I think sometimes Puck feels like he's not doing enough. He like looks at Victor running around and talking to everyone, and he feels like he's dropping the ball in some places. But it's interesting to see where those conversations can end up happening.
Totally. I really enjoyed the conversation on the boat a lot.
I really liked the just talking about like everyone takes like a bit of home with them, and it can be all kinds of different things. I don't know. I was saying it. I'm like, yeah, no, that
It's really
feels really good.
beautiful. Really beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was I wanted to be a part of that conversation, but then like when you started like we were gonna get into your song, I was like, I gotta chill out. But then I did get to talk a little bit. The end. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to add in a little bit. And it was very sweet. It was a super sweet moment. And then I ruined it, right? Was that right when I ruined it? And I was like,
Yes.
no!
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's when you.
I'm glad I waited until that point to ruin it, though. You know, like I waited till the right moment to ruin it.
Mhm.
It's all about knowing when to end the fun.
Timing is key. Randolph, what is in Smallumshire that had Toby leave everything he has ever known in his long elven life for a town he'd been living in for 9 years? A particular person, his job?
You see,
Toby is secretly in love with Garen.
That's one of those questions I cannot answer, unfortunately. Not because there are
Spoilers.
spoilers, but because there could be spoilers, so I can't answer it.
Do it,
Not because
coward.
there are, but because who knows, maybe.
It's a
All right,
secret.
kids. I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of the here.
Be well, my friend.
Good night.
Okay.
See you next
Night.
week.
See you
Love you.
later.
Bye bye.
Love you.
Oh, he's gone. It's okay. I'll give a kiss for chat.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a weird week this past couple of like however many days, and I've been rewatching ReZero because there's a director's cut that I just discovered. And so I've been reliving all the emotions of that, and then I was like, cool, let's go do D&D.
What a great warm up.
What a great
I love
warm up.
Emotions.
I love a
I
good
love
afternoon
emotions.
cry before D&D.
Oh my god, what is this message? Blowing me kisses got blocked, by the way. Me, at least.
What?
Got a whole
Randolph
bunch of
blowing me
stars
kisses.
in Goob's message, and I clicked on it, then it was covering the blowing me kisses.
Maybe like no blowing me, like blow
No
me.
blowing me.
Like hey, we no, we don't allow blow me.
Oh, it's not
No
blocked for me,
blowing.
but maybe it's personal settings. I don't know.
Is it because you're
mean-
the mod? Did you have to okay it?
No, I'm not a mod on this channel.
Oh yeah, right. Then I have no idea because I can see it too.
Oh, Warren can probably see it because he's posting the damn thing.
But
I can
Layne
see.
didn't have an issue. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just me, I guess. Yeah, okay, just me.
you.
I'll have to look at
Alright.
my own settings.
Yeah, wow, you prude.
I don't like bad words.
I'm like the least prudish person here, so.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's me. Bitches.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. Of course Layne is the prude. He's only the one who writes all the like gnarliest shit in the campaign.
I do try. I've done some dark shit, as it turns out, in the past 3 months.
Several
good.
things.
I really like the going dark and then bringing it back, like going dark and being like, look at what we've done, though,
I think that's kind of what's great is that, like, we have like these horrible moments of horrible things happening, and then we have like Bear Hat out of the book,
Mhm.
It's a really, really nice like balance to the scales.
Yeah, and it's like good
Because if it
stuff's
was
gonna
just
happen.
like
Then
we
bad stuff's
have
gonna happen.
as much as like I feel like we have all the darkness of campaign 1, but like also a whole bunch of lightness, in
Yeah.
addition to all of
I think we actually
because
have
of the
more
character.
darkness. I think we have more darkness in campaign 2, but also more light, more brevity, more fun,
Yeah.
which is cool, which I would call a big win.
big win. That's good.
Because yeah, you guys have had some big wins. Like I know you guys have had some hard losses, but you've also had some big wins. Sometimes it's hard to
Mhm.
see the big wins through all the bullshit.
Definitely.
You helped settle a town of free people who used to be slaves. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, when Garen was just like, I just want to make sure that these are good people, that they're not, that all that, and I was just like, in my head, I'm like, I mean, they kind of had to like kill a bunch of people, but they freed their people by doing so. Does that count? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah, when Garen was like,
Anytime-
we don't know, they could be like outlaws or whatever. I'm like, and Puck Brain was like, well, they are, but I'm just gonna roll with
They're
like,
good?
I'm just gonna roll with like, listen, you don't know them, they don't know you. That's why she's here. Please talk to the
Bro,
person.
they're chaotic good. Bro, they're chaotic good. Just chill, bro. Just chill. They're chaotic.
Talk
good,
to
bro.
the emissary because I'm too emotionally drained to do any of this right now.
Oh man.
No cats.
No
No
cats.
cats.
Okay.
I don't know about dead bodies. I would be open to it. It's technically just matter at that point, so why not?
Without context, that's a very interesting, interesting
Good
sentence.
No
Dead body.
Dead cats though, for sure.
No cats.
I don't know why
Dead
we
bodies
want
though,
to
I'd be
bring
open to
that
it.
into
Like,
library,
what?
but
I don't know. I don't know why you'd want a dead cat. Maybe it's a taxidermy cat. I don't know. Maybe Callan gets a pet cat and then it dies in a horrific accident, and Victor gets it taxidermied and puts it in his library. Not for you. For him.
Why would you
He
say
misses
that?
staring at it. He misses like glaring at the cat because him and the cat never got along, and he misses glaring at the cat. So he gets a taxidermy and puts it in his library so he can glare at it in between chapters when his eyes get sore. Canon now. Deal with it.
What a use for taxidermy.
Hasn't even
Just to have a
started yet.
staring contest out of spite with a cat.
With a dead cat, bro.
Oh shoot. Oh yes.
Okay, what,
So what? What?
This is very offhand, so you go.
Oh, okay. Well, mine's offhand as well, but I was talking to Liz in a stream a little while ago, and it was relating back to something where Liz was stating a question about like the people in Puck's life and like so like and Puck's Ariel or something like that, and I was like, "Wow, that's a little presumptuous," and people were like, "No, I'm not," and then. But she was talking about how if Puck and Ariel ever got together, it would be like I think what was it? Like Liz, you said you were gonna be like Flounder, and Alex was gonna be Sebastian or something like that, like the little mermaid thing. And I was like, I just this mental image of like, so just so you know, whoever any of our characters end up with, Alex and Miss Liz are going to be our Flounder and Sebastian, just like serenading in the background.
They're gonna be singing "Kiss the Girl."
Yeah.
Behind everything.
Oh, okay, I got it flipped. My apologies.
I did want to say that I really enjoyed how aggressive Dorothy's love was in this chapter. It's like, no. Keep it. Keep it. I said keep.
Yo, now she's getting to know you guys a little bit better.
It was really sweet.
Look, y'all may not have moms, but the moms in my campaign are good fucking moms.
Only
It was very intimidating for Harold when she was just like, "Here, you can have this cloak that I made," and Harold was like, "Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. I will trade you. If you're giving me this one, I no longer need this one. I don't need two cloaks." No. And she was like, "You keep that fucker on. You will wear both. Where's your coat, young man? You have two of them."
she had such big time like aunt that you don't see very often energy in that moment, and she was like, "Where the fucking I made it for you. Put it on, you son of a bitch, and get the fuck go home. Go see your friends." You're gonna be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. But now we have this wonderfully Winterwolf cloak.
Yeah, I'm so glad you decided to stop by their place, because I was thinking about that. I was like, man, how are they gonna get this? Because it's not like Garen's gonna take it to a funeral, man. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
So you going over made for a really nice moment.
When Puck initially went over, it was really just to return the bear hat, and then he's like, "Oh wait, we borrowed everything, didn't we? I should buy these from her because I do need winter cloaks." But then when she was like so aggressively like, "Do you want something? Like, are you hungry?" Blah 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 blah, and like, it was weird because Puck just like hadn't experienced this in a long time. Just like visiting someone and then being like overly like, "Oh, come sit by the fire, I'll get you a thing," blah blah blah. And it like really did take him like back home for a minute where he was like, I'm not getting away until I have a sandwich or something like that. It's just kind of like, yeah, all right, I could eat. And it was weird. I did not expect it I wasn't expecting really anything from the interaction. I was just like, I'll just go and see what happens. I'm just here to do this, and that'll be that. And then Dorothy was just like overflowing with this like aggressive motherly affection and leaving afterwards because he wasn't really expecting anything. It twinged something for Puck a little bit. It's just he was like a little bit sad, I guess, like a little bit of a happy sad after he left. Sounds like Miss Liz when we have company.
Yo, I feel like I accidentally made Dorothy. What's Ron Weasley's mom? What's her name?
Molly Weasley.
I accidentally made Dorothy Molly Weasley.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I honestly don't even like Harry Potter. But the more I think about it, like, man, Dorothy sure does remind me of somebody. And I'm like, that might be it. That might be the one.
You definitely
you
get
know?
big Molly Weasley.
Like tough love English woman who has like too many kids and doesn't know where they're going or what they're doing, but also like will love you so hard if you become a part of her like family.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I did it.
I don't know if you were here when it happened, but when we first like went into the break, had noticed in chat, Miss Liz had said that she wanted to be Dorothy when she grows up, and I was like, spoiler alert, think you already are.
Oh, yeah. One thing that I remembered that when Victor was talking to Garen in I forget exactly which conversation it was. I think it was during the night, late night, and Garen was like telling Victor like, be sure to take care of Harold and Talon and Puck, definitely Puck. And I was just kind of like, come on, man, really? And then Victor's immediate like, no, I he's probably going to be taking care of us more than anything else. And I was like, thank you.
Yours, Puck, Talon, and Victor's conversation when Victor was just like, I think we're going to have to leave Harold behind. He doesn't work. He doesn't fit in this group. I was just like, oh. They kind of.
Oh no!
What's gonna happen?
Have I just been excommunicated like right now? Oh no!
Just Harold wakes up, the entire party's gone.
Like on the boat later, fucker.
Well, like that was a
That's
weird.
so sad.
That was a weird conversation. Cause like Puck was not in like the let's have the like how was Harold talk right now, cause I think everyone during the evening was just kind of like, well, I know we all came together, but let's all scatter and like take an evening to ourselves. But it was difficult for Puck in that situation because he's like, no, I know I want to stand up for Harold. Like I know I want to like be better to Harold and support him in this conversation. Like I understand that maybe he felt like he needed to be on guard. But like just too drained. Too drained to be like, Victor, no, like we're not doing this right now. Or like at the very least the best he could offer up was like, well, we need to talk to him about it. Like we can't just excommunicate someone while they're not even here after a funeral or whatever. Like let's not board this ship just yet.
That's fair.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this next part. You guys got no idea how excited I am. We've just entered like my favorite fantasy setting in the world.
Port City?
Big city.
Huh?
Port City?
Like Port City. We're going on a little boat adventure, dude. You know how much I fucking love boat adventure. You know how much I love the idea that I might get to see Pirate Captain Victor. I'm not gonna throw out any more spoilers than that, but we all know that's what he wants. Okay, so I'm just saying, imagine how fucking sick he's gonna be.
I think we all want to see that. Also,
Now that he's Warlock, do you know how cool he's gonna look? Do you know how cool he's gonna look? Because he's gonna wear like a fucking robe, like this like long trench shirt. You know, it's gonna be like a trench shirt. Oh my god! Oh my god! Victor's gonna look so cool, man.
I think one thing that Puck has realized, especially since we were talking about just basic boat fare and how expensive that was, I was like, there might be one or two things Puck actually wants to buy, and he's pretty sure he does not have the money for it. I was like,
you guys are broke as shit.
Yikes.
Yep.
You guys are fucking poor. Like, I've never seen a D&D party at level 5 and be like this poor.
Well, I mean, we had money. We just chose to give it to the orcs.
Alms for the poor. Yeah, here's all of our money. Okay. Sweet. Except they didn't even ask. You literally were just like, you want some fucking money? And they were like, yeah, I want money. And you're
Definitely
like,
felt-
here's so much money.
I think it felt wrong for all of us to keep it. It was very funny because when we found that money, there was like, Alan. Then there was like Naima from campaign 1 that was like, keep it, keep it, keep it.
Take the money.
Steal
Steal
the
it if
money.
you have to.
And then, but Talon's like, no, we found it in the keep. The orcs are gonna live in the keep. It's the orcs' money. That A, B, C. Like there it is.
Yeah, I feel like next time we're back at Broken Keep, I might just go to the blacksmith and be like, hey, listen, could you just like make something for me? Cause like I'm broke.
I'm broke.
But also there's something that Puck wants to buy as like a party investment. But he would have to like ask you guys about it, and he's not really sure how to approach the topic, honestly.
Dude, you guys may be
Excited.
financially broke, but you have assets. You guys have assets out the ass. Like, holy shit. Like, sure, you guys got some cool potions. You guys got a couple scroll or two. You guys have got good weapons and armor.
I got my scroll of animate dead.
You got a scroll of animate dead. You got a cool cloak. And, like...
Actually, it was really funny when we were trying to like wrap up to like go get on the boat. And Logan had asked like we're being fed on the boat, right? Didn't even cross my Talon's mind because I just kind of looked down. I was like, "Oh, good berry. We don't need rations." Like,
One for you, and one for you, and one for you.
I mean,
she's literally never worried about food between her hunting ability and that.
I mean, like, you could probably do a pretty good job fishing, honestly. Like, you guys could have just
yeah.
fished.
we
You
are
were
on
on
a
a fishing
fishing
We
boat.
had Gillen with us. We could have been like, Gillen, can we just get some fish?
Let's be honest, truth is, he just, like, had the catch that he had yesterday and cooked you guys that food. Like, instead of selling it at market, he was like, I'm making, like, 8 times my money here right now. Holy shit. And just fed you guys a couple fish. And you were like, oh, this is great, dude. Free food. And he's like, it's the same fish. for
Also,
every meal."
when the captain beforehand was like, yeah, I can take you across, like, 25, like, $20 a day, 75 gold. Yeah, that'll work. You're
So, like,
moving your
100
hand.
gold,
You're moving
yeah.
your hands around. That's 100. Hand movement. If you're gonna be fidgety, that's gonna be 100 gold. I can't take it.
No, because he thought maybe somebody was trying to do some weird magic on him. He's never seen magic before, so he was like, if you pay me a little bit more, I'll take your magic ass across the ocean. But you're freaking me out with these weird hand things.
So Talon is such a bro because at that point she had no idea that Victor was getting magic.
He just talks like this.
He was just and like she immediately was just like, no, yeah, that's just how it is all the time, knowing full well the lie.
I feel like we're going to get to this new port city and we're gonna be like, all right, so but now we need like an actual like boat to get us there, and we're all gonna look at each other and be like, so how much we have no money? Oh,
We have in terms of money, we have none.
and then we're just gonna pull a Konosuba and be like, all right, let's go find the most expensive, dangerous job we can find, so we have some spending money for our next fucking caper.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are in Goneril. Goneril is a big city. It's like probably like the 3rd biggest city in Westgar. You know, you guys have an opportunity. Maybe not. Maybe like the 5th. There's a few that are bigger that are in other places, but it's up there, right? It's like it's one of the most pretty. That's for sure.
The funniest thing is, I just thought of this. I'm sure there's probably money somewhere in Talon's house. Again, did not think to look for it or grab it.
No, I'm pretty sure there's like 200 platinum that my mom stashed under one of these floorboards.
It's
Oh, well.
never gonna come up now because it
Oh.
would be too embarrassing at this point.
I just remembered someone in chat gave me inspiration after the song, and I felt bad because I was like, the session's like almost 100% about to end, and I don't know if I'm gonna roll on anything else.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened. Wait, can I give people channel points? Seems like a misleading question.
Yeah,
Can I
you
give
can
people channel
refund.
points?
You can refund channel points.
Can you just give them? Can I just give them?
No, I don't think you can just give. I think you can refund the inspo die.
This is Twitch. You think there's anything called giving on here?
Everything costs
Hey,
money on Twitch.
Is Puck
People
making it
need-
back to Sarifa? We'll see. What?
People really ship blood cousins, I think.
I feel it. But
I
I don't
remember
know.
back in the day when people were shipping Puck and Harold, and then
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a hard shift.
As soon as the blood sucking happened.
Puck has
Yep.
been shipped with a few people now, but I don't know that we've necessarily seen any of those play out. I don't think I'm gonna make it back within 2 weeks. I'm not sure. I feel like as of right now, I'm like, I don't know. We're gonna make it back to Broken Keep in 2 weeks. We'll see. It's
thanks.
gonna have to
Well,
be a
it-
pretty
but-
fast island trip if that's gonna happen.
It's
don't
it's
think
already
it's
been like a week since we left.
It's been like 6 days.
It's
been-
been like 2 days.
It's been like 6 days. No.
What?
So it's 3 days on the boat, and then between
yeah.
traveling back from the keep to Smolenskshire was 2.5 days.
5, 6
So
days.
I think it's 6 now. Yeah, I think it's 6.
Yeah.
So maybe
I
on the
doubt it.
11th day of in-game campaign. Is that?
Yeah,
I
I think to be fair, at the time, Puck was like, well, I'll try, but he also didn't know where we were going specifically. Like, he wasn't sure if we were just, like, going to the coast or if we're going to another city or what. But yeah. I want them to be friends.
We'll see it again, for sure.
Oh, that was me. I knew it wouldn't get used, but you earned that inspiration die. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I could inspire. Maybe a little bit of Bard Puck showing through today.
Dude, Bard Puck, always an option. Bard Puck, always an option.
I hope that Puck and Sarifa end up being like I don't know what it is, like, I guess friends, but they're related, so I guess like family. I'm not sure.
Dude, just you fucking wait. You think you know anything? You're wrong. I just need to tell you that now.
Puck just wants to have a family again.
And not in a mean way, but like in a fun way. Like whatever you think you know, you're wrong.
Sneaky
Oh
DM
yeah,
has
no,
tricks
like
up
Puck
his
knows
sleeve.
very, very little about Sarifa beyond her character, and he like has not had a chance to have any of like the proper like. So what's like Greenbow like? Like tell me more about like our people, and like do you know anything about like my dad's like family lineage? Like none of that has been even touched on.
Yeah, there's like a whole lore dump waiting for you whenever you want it.
Yeah, no, I'll be sure to like on this fishing boat be like, hey Sarifa, I know you're always watching me. Like I'm just kind of sitting here bored. You mind like filling me in on everything that's going on?
Dude, one day you're gonna get a dump and you're gonna be like, oof, can we go back to being on the boat?
I'm waiting. I'm
Say-
waiting for the day when Harold can finally like actually get some magic books and study again, so that he can multi-class in a wizard,
Yeah.
and then he can take message or sending.
This
He
would
can
have
take
been
sending.
the
Ooh.
port town that you got dropped off at when you were starting on your mountain expedition to train.
Yep.
So you would have been here like 2 weeks ago. No, like a month ago. You've been here like a month ago.
So funny thing, technically, Puck does have sending. He has to prepare it. I think as a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, it's a 3rd.
So it's not prepared.
One day.
But if I absolutely needed to, I could do that. But at the same time, there wasn't like a reason. There wasn't like a on the boat. It was like, who am I talking to?
Clerics are the cell phone of the party in 5e. That's just how it works. Whenever you guys are on a long trip and it's like we got like 3 days of travel, we're not expecting any issues. It's like, okay, Puck, can you send a message to my mom? Can you send a message to Phil? I miss him. He's a really cool blacksmith. Sir Phil. Let's call him Sir Phil.
Sir
What was
Peter?
his name?
Sir Peter?
Yeah,
Sir Peter.
whatever. It's the fucking same shit, dude.
No.
Yeah, call Sir Peter. Call my mom again because I couldn't get through. You know, only half the message got. She didn't get it. Rough.
Honestly, I feel like I just answered my own question when I was like, who would Puck even talk to? And then I was like, oh my god, if I had travel days, oh my god, the people I could talk to. Yeah, no.
So we
It's
can
all
do
coming
that.
back.
Dude, next
So
time we're
I
on a
just-
boat trip.
I just realized something. I did this by accident, but I took Pass Without Trace when we leveled up, and I happened to need a sprig of spruce for that. Didn't plan that, but hello.
Love incidentally finding your magic items.
Right?
Yeah,
just need ashes from a burned leaf of mistletoe.
I 100% was going through all of my like 3rd level spells and stuff like that when I got the level up,
Yo,
and I'm
dog,
like,
you need a fucking diamond.
that's one thing. But I was looking at all the things that needed like cost components. And suddenly I was like, ooh, yeah, I gotta get on some of those. I gotta find some of these things. And that's when I was acutely aware of my finances.
Oh my god, money.
Yeah, Layne, I hope it's okay, but I've been technically to cast Chromatic Orb, I need a diamond worth like 50 gold or something like that. I've just been using my spell book as my arcane focus instead of components because that checks out.
We'll work it out. I have thoughts. And I know we both have ideas for the future, and we'll talk about it. But you guys might need to buy some things soon.
Cool.
I might have to be slightly stricter with the rules, and you know how much I hate that. But I need you guys to fucking need money real bad.
Look, we do I think we understand that we need money. We're just like, oh, these other people need the money more. Well, then we don't need the money that bad. And we're also too morally conscious to just pick up a contract to, be arms for hire and get money that way.
It's all right. I'm already in. I know exactly where you guys are at financially. I have plans. I have plans on plans on plans actually right now for what the next, I don't know, probably 2 months look like D&D wise.
Yeah.
Good.
I am
Not a
curious about how I am curious about how like the side quest stuff, like the for-profit things are gonna go. Just because we're not like killing
For
type,
profit.
Yeah, well that too, it's just like less important.
I mean, you don't have to kill people, right? Sometimes things need to be protected. Sometimes shrines need to be purified. Sometimes, lots of things. Sometimes you do something nice for people, and they're like, "Take my fucking money," and you're like, "No, you need it." And they're like, "I literally don't. I literally look at you. You're in half. There's 2 of you. Take my fucking money."
And Victor will still be like, no, fuck you.
And fucking literally shoves the gold down Victor's throat.
Someone's gonna learn about Victor's book, and they're just gonna try and stuff gold coins into the book, and be like, "It'll be there when he least expects it." And then I don't know. It probably won't work because he has to activate it. But there'll just be a bunch of fucking coins smashed into the pages.
It would be a very Dorothy move to hide money in our belongings,
Yeah, like,
She's like, well,
Harold
what
just
are
like
these
puts up the
supposed
hood
to
for the
hold?
first time and like fucking 20 coins just like pop out.
I swear I'd never heard the jangling. I swear to God.
They're all individually wrapped in leather as to be quiet.
Oh man.
Oh, could you imagine?
Individually wrapped gold pieces, just in case.
Just in case, you know.
Just in case, you never know.
Oh man, I love Dorothy. Dorothy's badass. You know, if somebody rolled up to Dorothy's house, she's the one fighting. You know, like if somebody broke into Dorothy's house, she'd be like, "Darren, get the kids. I'm gonna fucking kill these assholes."
Well, I imagine Dorothy literally just like as a mother, like if someone broke in with the intention to like steal or harm them, I feel like Dorothy, just like with her supreme level of parenting, would simply, as a mother, shame them into
She'd-
turning their life around.
She'd
you know?
Uncle
How
Iroh
dare
them.
you.
She'd Uncle
How-
Iroh them.
Sit down. What? Sit down. We're having tea.
Do you like cucumbers?
Okay. Yeah, you want a sandwich? You want a sandwich? Too fucking bad. Eat the sandwich. We're talking.
She's like holding like a kitchen knife to the guy, just like, you want some food? No? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you don't want any food? Hmm?
It's actually a ladle, and she's just like bunking him on the head. You sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Dude, I love Dorothy. I actually love a lot of my characters. I don't hate too many of them this campaign. Last campaign, I hated a few. I was like, man, I hate this person. Can I not be them anymore?
No.
You know who I would love to run into again at
Mange?
some point? Jurgle Mifflin.
Jurgle Mifflin finally got their vacation.
Warren, so you are caught up. Jurgle Mifflin was one of the sort of in barkeep men at Layne. Can you give a little jurgle for Warren?
I don't really know what it sounds like, but I think it
Got it,
sounds
got it.
something like this. What do you crazy kids need? Can I get you a drink? You need something to eat?
Like that?
Durkle Mifflin.
Around there. You're in the field,
Yeah, we'll get there.
you know?
He sounds like he's out in the fields.
He's crazy, man.
Out to pasture, perhaps.
He's getting there. It feels like it.
You know who I would like to run into again at some point. I mean, I'd be interested to meet Dorian Spearbreaker and go to the armory, but I'd like to run into, by complete happenstance, perhaps even without Dorian, just by himself, Malik Papin. Just learn more
Malik
about this
Papin.
weird French guy going around with the dwarf.
Dude, yeah, he's so mad too. Like, you know, Malik. Okay, so and it's Malik Papin, but he says it's Malik Papin. It's just Malik Papin.
You gotta have the
I mean,
aggressive French.
Must be so pissed that he is like, I came out here with all of my glorious power to help you. We trekked through the wilderness for days, and we're turning around now. Now you get cold feet, and he's like, ugh, I could have dealt all of this myself, but because you're here, I guess I'll make sure you're safe. And he's like secretly like, oh my god, thank God I'm not about to die.
Yo, if those guys, I couldn't even take those guys. You telling me that the thing we're supposed to kill is worse than them? Oh no.
Never mind.
Yeah, sorry, you fell into the preliminary traps. I don't think your odds are very high.
Not all encounters have to be combat, and I think we've really proven that here at Great Tales.
Sometimes it's just emotional damage that has to be fought.
Especially like
sometimes-
talking.
Sometimes
Well,
you gotta
that's really
chat
like-
with your homies, but like if your homies are elves,
Oh man. I'm curious with these last couple of sessions, what Harold's take on Puck is these days, because I feel like the two of them haven't really had a lot of interaction.
Yeah, They really haven't. Like at first, Harold was like, Puck's trying to be a good friend. This is like Puck was like one of the first people to actually try and be a good friend to Harold. You know, and so Harold was just like, oh, this is nice. Is this what friendship is supposed to be like? And then they're just like, they kind of started at the same path, and then it completely split. And it's just like, Harold at this point, he still wants to be friends with Puck. Like, I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, Harold's wondering, like, him and Puck haven't really talked much lately. Like, he wants to talk to Puck again, but it's just like, at the same time, Harold's like, Puck needs to stop being so goddamn sympathetic to every fucking sad soul that he meets. He's just like, Puck needs to start thinking with his head. But of course, Harold can't say that to anyone, let alone Puck.
Yeah, not Puckers. He's too sweet.
Exactly. And so Harold's just like, I mean, we should probably talk again. It would be nice to. Maybe we could talk. And then it just hasn't happened. Because Puck has just been like either so focused on the next sad soul that he meets, or it's been like, okay, we're done with task A. Great. Next task is dealing with helping Talon. I'm gonna focus on Talon. And everything. And so Harold at this point, besides his little brief conversation with Talon, is kind of like continuing to start being the outsider of the group. He's like slowly shifting his way to, even in this small group, just being the outsider looking in.
Dark Herald emerges.
I'm like,
Sorry, I waited way
you've
too
been
long for
sitting
that.
there a long time, Layne. What are you about to say?
I had to wait for it. I committed to the bit, and then I was like, fuck, we're gonna be here for a while. And then it just kept on going. I was like, just commit. It's fine. You're gonna be okay. And I was like, it's time. I gotta do it now.
Yeah, no, I can understand what you're saying there for Harold. I feel like Puck is a bit in the same boat as like, yeah, no, I haven't really talked to Harold in a while. Like, I should see like how he's doing. But at the same time, Puck doesn't necessarily know like how to start that conversation. Like, he doesn't know what to talk about with Harold. I feel like they're just on like weird like spaced terms right now, because it's not like they're hostile to each other. Like, just earlier you were asking Puck like, hey, can you like heal this for me before the funeral? And Puck's like, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I should have done that earlier. So we're like not like opposed, but it's just been this weird thing where there has been a lot of stuff that's been going.
They homies. They're just busy.
Yeah.
I think it's just that there's so much happening alongside us trying to like put so much like character development in. Also, because we've been working on such an extended in-game timeline in a very long period of time, I think sometimes it feels like things are not happening when they should be, simply because of that.
Yeah.
When I go back and like peek into the odds when I'm like editing videos, it's like, oh shit, like that happened like, much closer together than I remember it feeling like, you know?
We've almost got as many in-game days as we have sessions, and that hasn't happened for a while.
Yeah.
Just to backpedal to one thing that you were saying, Thomas, how you were saying like Harold thinks that Puck just needs to like think more of his head and not be so sympathetic to people and like following all the sad souls. I think the weird thing there is like Puck, it was one of the things that he said earlier when they were discussing like Harold's place in the party when he wasn't there, of like, Puck can kind of sympathize with how Harold perceives things, like just that more of like a guarded personality. And because, you know, Puck's been through some stuff and he's like, I can't like blame him for like being that way. But I feel like there's maybe, at least on Harold's point of view, he can't quite come to the same point of like understanding where Puck is coming from in his situation. So it's like,
Yeah.
so it's like Puck understands, but it's just like different views, and he doesn't know how to like approach talking to Harold at the moment.
Hey, darling, I don't mean to cut in, but I'm awful sleepy. So I'm probably gonna be on my way out now.
That's all right. If there's no further questions, we'll probably wrap up here anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly who this is gonna be, but he is showing up for sure.
I mean,
is that
we'll be
Captain-
walking into
is that
some
Captain
seedy
Duck
bars soon,
Snoop
so.
Fruit?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what anybody said. Fucking good night, you losers.
Nice.
Bye.
Thank you for a great session, Layne.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What a goober.
So, yeah. So just kind of going back to what you were saying, Ward, it's just like, yeah, I agree that, you know, Puck can sympathize with Harold and everything, and Harold can't sympathize with Puck. That's the thing, is Harold has been so beat down and he is just so guarded that at the moment he can't possibly imagine thinking with his heart. Like he's so in his head all the time that there's walls upon walls upon walls, and you know, he can't imagine thinking with his heart. So whenever someone does, he's like, what the fuck, that's weird, that's wrong. And like it speaks to who Puck is as a character, because obviously Puck's gonna think with his heart, and any kind of wandering lost soul Puck wants to help. And you know, Harold can appreciate that. I think he just wishes that Puck didn't dwell on it like it was to Harold at least one of his only character traits. Like, he sometimes feel like Puck's only thought of himself is, I have to help everyone. That is who I am. That is only who I am. And if I can't do that, then I don't know who I am. Because I feel like that's definitely come through a bit with Puck, where he's like, oh, Ariel, I have to help Ariel. And then, you know, she attacked and he was extremely confused. And then, you know, the whole finishing up with Ariel thing at the end was, you know, finishing up that loose end. But then, you know, we run into Matthias and it's like, I can help you. No, you can't. What do you mean I can't help you? What do you mean I can't help you? That's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And Puck just kind of gets lost in trying to help people. And that to Harold is like, why can't you see that this, like, you've tried. Get over it and move on.
That last part, that's the problem. I think.
It was a long walk for a small drink of water.
I definitely I think that I get what Harold's seeing in that. Like, definitely, like, for Talon, it feels like it makes sense with what she knows of Puck, I guess. Which is, to be honest, not like a ton at this point, and she knows that as well, right? It definitely, even that moment when Talon came over to Puck, it was like, hey, yelled at me.
I know, like, and it's Puck is
Good.
trying to let you guys in to things about himself and his life, but I feel like the perception that he can only be this one way. He can only be this like dwelling on these things and trying to help everybody. I feel like some of that is being broken up by some of those moments where he lashes out, where like he gets pushed too far, and there's a different response.
Dark Puck.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm trying to remember what you were saying with the helping of people. Oh boy, my brain's it's getting late. Oh yes, so like I guess the juxtaposition there is like how hard do you try before you give up on someone and just kind of call it quits? And then like it's the hard thing with that for Puck is like, well, I mean, sometimes you get exploding bandits and sometimes you get aerial, and how do you know where to draw that line? Because I think a lot of people were like, just leave it alone, Puck, like forget about aerial, don't try anything else here. And then like, yes, I'm sure there's much valid argument to be like, let's just revisit this. But I mean, for better or worse, that situation did turn out with Ariel being like rescued to some extent. So it's this thing of like, well, is Matthias another Ariel or is Matthias another exploding bandit? Where do you draw that line?
I also think Puck kind of gets tunnel vision a bit too, where he gets so hyper focused on this one thing, he's unable to take a step back, maybe sleep on it for a day, and come back at it with like fresh eyes and a fresh mindset. And instead, he's just like, if I can't fix it right now, I'm going to drive myself into insanity trying to.
That's youth, though. That's just being young, I feel like.
Yeah, like part of that is probably to do with Puck's like his growth as a character and his age, but I think also part of it is to some extent some of these situations have been like, well, if it doesn't get fixed now, it's not gonna. Like, if we don't solve this right now, this person's gonna die or worse. And so Puck's tunnel vision is like, 2 rooms away, there's probably something really horrible happening, but I can't be distracted right now because this is really fucking important. And so part of Puck's tunnel vision is like, I can't, if I slip up, it's over. So I need to be like 100% on this. But yes, you're not wrong that there is definitely tunnel vision that happens. Dark Puck, yeah. Dark Puck, baby Puck with black feathers. What is happening? Oh man. Okay. Unless anyone has any closing thoughts or any final questions, I'm good to wrap up post show here. I don't want to keep you guys too late. I know it's getting late for you, Lee.
Little.
Oh, maybe a smidge. Let's figure out all the party disorders. Yeah, let's talk about that without
more unfold.
Yeah.
Mayhaps.
I think the only one we can say for sure is that Harold has anxiety.
Oh, that's been Harold has anxiety and all these other things that have been showing since day one. And no one is talking about it. They're all just like, that's who he is. And like in Victor's case, it's like, it fucking pisses me off. But that's who he is.
Just waiting for that one conversation with Harold that isn't like pulling teeth, you know, just like.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, you know what? Maybe somewhere along the lines, 8 years from now, when Harold is on book 7 of blacksmithing, maybe we'll have a competent discussion with him about something. Maybe it'll be blacksmithing. Who knows?
We'll see. It depends.
Sure, it'll be about blacksmithing.
It depends on, Harold has his topics that he finds heavy interest in. And so far, none of the topics that people have discussed are any of those interests.
I mean, we could talk magic a little bit, because now that Victor is getting into magic and Puck and Harold have different experiences with that, they could be a little bit like, oh yeah, magic. That's a thing. I have my kind of magic, then there's arcane kinds of magic, and you've got like...
You could collaboratively support Victor's magical journey.
Magical growth.
Yeah. But would
Finally
Victor...
something we know about and he doesn't?
Would Victor be open to that?
Yeah, God,
We'll
no.
see.
Victor would be just like, no, I already know more about this than you
Can do this.
Yeah, I can shoot stuff out of my hands. What can you do? I'm like, well...
I see some hot steam.
Oh man. Chapter 5, chainmail. We're going from nails to chainmail? Wow, that's a pretty big jump.
Chainmail isn't actually like difficult to make.
No,
though.
it's just long. It just takes a long
realistically.
time. You're just making a bunch of
Tedious
rings.
more than anything.
Rings. Yeah. It takes a long time though. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go fucking make some dinner here, boys. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Thank you so much for hanging out so long in the post show. I do appreciate it very much.
You as well.
Yeah. So thanks everybody. We're gonna head off for the evening. I'm sure all you guys know where to find us. We'll be back with more D&D next Tuesday. Thank you very much, Thomas and Lee, for hanging out. I do appreciate your lovely company. And everybody else that hung out. So have fun, guys, and I'll see all you later. Peace out.
Bye.